こいつは驚いたな。そういう面だったのか、その面の下は。
Number 10, Suika, Dr. Stone. Running around a stone world with a melon on her head has pretty much been Suika's bread and butter since she was introduced.
名探偵スイカの謎の素顔、拝めっかもしんねえぞ。
The fruit covering her face was synonymous with her character, to the point where we really didn't need to see what was beneath it. But we did, and it was adorable. In order to help her with her poor vision, Senku makes some alteration to Suika's iconic headgear, and as a result reveals her cute face beneath all that peeling. Aww.
でもこのマスクかぶってるとなんでかちょびっとだけ見やすいんだよ。
ああ、ピンホール効果ってやつな。
Number 9, Zone. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. No matter your thoughts on the actual identity of 5D's best villain, the initial reveal in regard to who was behind the floating mecha suit dueler from the future still made for one hell of a twist. As Yusei continues to ride it out across the city skyline, he eventually does enough damage to cause a crack in Zone's helmet. The result, a very familiar marking that could only come from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist.
お前はユウセイと同じ
That's right, it's Yusei from the far future, back to change the timeline. Well, sort of.
不動優勢、私は未来のあなた自身なのです。
Despite the second twist that soon follows, Yusei battling himself still made for one of 5D's better moments. Number 8, Noi, Dorohedoro. When we first meet this hulking mass of muscle and death, we figured them for nothing more than your average brutalizer with a slightly high-pitched voice. Little did we know there was a top-tier waifu hiding beneath it all. Turns out Noi was in fact a staggeringly attractive woman beneath that mask.
ほら、ちゃんと清掃してるでしょ。
Sure, she can still smash a person's skull to pieces with one hand, but at the very least, she looks good while doing it. It didn't take long for a lot of fans to start volunteering to be torn apart by her Amazon figure. Back of the line, lads. I'm up first.
先輩、ステーキ1キロ食いましょう。どうせ縁の店ですから。
Number 7, William Vangeance, Black Clover. Serving as both a red herring and a key character moment for the captain of the Golden Dawn, Yami's concern about the loyalties of his fellow magic knights prompted a sudden unveiling.
その仮面取ってくんね。
Given his resemblance to the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, Yami demands that Vangeance remove his signature helmet and expose his face.
とんでもねえ傷跡だな。戦場でか。
While it certainly wasn't the likes of Licht, it did expose that the upper part of Vangeance's face was ridiculously scarred, which, as we all know, also made for the perfect cover.
魔法で工作したり幻覚を見せてるわけでもなさそうだ。
Number 6, Aaroneiro, Bleach. Granted, if we looked as monstrous as this Espada did, we would do all that we could to hide our face too.
教えてあげようか。
While its true appearance is that of two talking heads floating in a tube, when it first removed its mask, it gave both Rukia and fans one hell of a shock, since he had the face of her long-dead captain.
ヌベーノ・エスパーダアーロニーロ・アルルエリ
While we would later learn that Aaroneiro took Kaien Shiba's face for its own after eating his corpse, that initial reveal was almost at the level of Aizen's mullet.
離れちまったか。じゃあしょうがないね。改めて自己紹介しておくよ。僕らがヌベーノ・エスパーダアーロニーロ・アルルエリだ。
Number 5, Ririka, Kakegurui.
副会長ですよ。
Standing in her sister's shadow and always hidden behind a mask, it was impossible to tell what exactly Kiara's twin would look like behind her visage. Would she be scarred, malformed? Did her wicked sister mark her in some manner that would force her to hide her face behind a mask? As Mary found out herself, it was none of those things, just a major case of anxiety.
人に物頼むときは外しなさいよそれ
Turns out Ririka is the nice sister and just as beautiful as her sibling, minus the megalomania. Number 4, Utsuro, Gintama. The strongest foe that Gintoki and his company of misfits have ever faced, Utsuro was a swordsman beyond compare, who also happened to have a nasty habit of healing from any and all wounds.
誠のヤタガラスの羽からは何者も逃れられはしない。
Usually that would be enough to stagger even someone as skilled as the White Demon, but their confrontation took on a whole other angle when the masked killer was revealed to have the same face as Gintoki's old master. Turns out the man who raised Gintoki was simply a side of Utsuro's personality that had long since dissolved, with only the ruthless conqueror remaining.
君は私の剣を知っているな。
Number 3, Inosuke, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. This dual-wielding mad lad just wouldn't be the same without his iconic boar mask.
じゃあ素手でやりよう。
いや全く分かってない感じがする。まず
It goes hand in hand with his overzealous, blunt, and hilariously aggressive attitude, and looks damn good when he's chopping up monsters. But there is indeed a human face underneath that hide, and dare we say, a rather beautiful one at that.
俺の顔に文句でもあんのか。
Seriously, Inosuke's natural mug is so dazzling that it's almost on par with Nezuko. How can he be both beauty and the beast at the same time? Number 2, Satoru Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen. Leave it to the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer out there to ruin men forever.
楽しくなってきた。
I mean, how are we supposed to compete with this guy? Bad enough that even when masked, Gojo was easily able to fend off whatever curses came his way, thanks to his power of infinity. But then the bastard removed that sash to reveal his eyes brighter than 1,000 suns.
領域展開。無料空所。
While their exposure often hints that he's about to throw down with a domain expansion, it also pushes his overall appeal into the stratosphere. Stop being so bloody handsome.
皮肉だよね。
Number 1, Kakashi, Naruto Shippuden. It was a long time coming, even more so than Naruto and Sasuke's fated rematch, but eventually, fans got their wish to see just what was underneath the mask of the legendary ninja.
幾度となく失敗し続けた俺たちだけの任務カカシ先生の素顔を見ることだってばよ
In short, just your average face with a badass looking scar.
声色を変えるのは喉に負担が。
While not exactly a shocking sight, the significance of seeing Kakashi's face is monumental. After so many arcs, filler episodes, and movies, we finally got to see the man beneath it all. A small yet incredibly vital moment that probably caused a fresh wave of fangasms in the shinobi community.
ま、もう2、3回は遊んでやれるかな。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.